Alright, well, good morning. Welcome to today's adventure. We are at the Dunnfield Creek parking area. It's a place I've been many times. We're going to go up, well, I was going to go up Mount Tammany, but there's a million people here. But we'll go up Mount Tammany, we'll check out the view up there. We'll go down to Sunfish Pond, a place I've been many times, and then we'll go over, and there's an area between Sunfish Pond and Raccoon Ridge. I haven't done that, so we'll complete that. So then we'll have a big section of New Jersey done. I don't know, I did have a map, I don't know where that is right now. I want to show you. But if I find the map, I'll show you where it is on the location. If not, another video. So let's go. It's a Saturday of Easter weekend, so this parking lot's packed. There's lots of groups there, so we'll see how this goes. But all right, and I'm out of shape, so I gotta get ready for some bigger things this summer, which we'll talk about. So let's get to hiking. Traveling around and come with me. All right, so here's the trail. So we're there. We went up. We're gonna go up Mount Tammany, and then come down the Blue Dot Trail, and then the plan is to go all the way up here to Sunfish Pond, and then out this way to Raccoon Ridge. So we'll see how much of that we've done, and then come back to the AT. So all together, well, this loop here, that's about 10 miles. That's maybe another, I don't know, mile and a half from Sunfish Pond to Raccoon Ridge. So we'll see how much of this we get done today. All right, here's the beginning of the Mount Tammany Trail. If you're not familiar with it, it is 1.3 miles up to the summit, but it gains 1,000 feet of elevation. So it is very steep. And it's really the only place here in the area, either Pennsylvania and New Jersey, that you can get any type of cardio work. So this will be a training hike for me, and we'll get to that a little bit later on in the hike. Also, my first hike in 4 or 5 months. So it'll get me into shape. So let's start up the very steep but beautiful Mount Tammany. I made it to the first little viewpoint here. Pretty nice view of the Delaware. Looking at that, New Jersey is on this side, Pennsylvania is on that side. Pretty nice. So we're going to continue up. The last time you saw this, I was here in the winter time. I'll leave a link to that video. A totally different landscape. So, all right, let's just keep going. Alright, up we go. Going up there at the top. Alright, made it to the overlook. I'll see if we can get down there for a better view, but still pretty nice. I'm gonna sit here, have something to eat, get some water, and then we're gonna continue on. That took way longer than I wanted to get up there, but I have been out. I haven't been out hiking in like a real hike in 4 or 5 months, so I gotta get my hiking in shape, my hiking lungs, hiking body up to speed here. So this is a good test, and we'll head out to Sunfish Pond, but we take a break here for enjoy this beautiful view. So normally before I leave, I'll stop at Wawa and I get these fruit and cheese snacks. There's apples, cheese, and then corn some sort of muffin here, bread. So this will be my snack, and then I have a hoagie for my lunch. But Wawa stop is a must before any hike. And then I'll load up. I have a Gatorade in there, you can see in my bag, and a couple things of water. So yep, just enjoying this. It's crowded down there, but you still get a decent view up here. You just can't see much of the river, but it's Mount Minzy right there across the way. You can see the rest of the AT laid out there. Still pretty nice. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna keep on going. We're not gonna go down to see the main view because it's too crowded, but this is nice. You can see all the people down there. But if you want to see what this view looks like, I'll leave the link to the other video I did during the winter. You can get a really good shot of it. And this would be all snow covered. So I'll link the video here. You can check that out. But we're gonna get going because we got some more miles to do yet. So all right, so we're gonna take the blue trail down. This is the back half of the loop. We're going to take this down to the Dunnfield Creek Trail to get to Sunfish Pond. So a lot of people, when they do the Mount Tammany, they'll go up the mountain and then they'll go down to, because the blue will take you back down to the parking lot in a loop. So and then we'll see if we can stop by the waterfalls, because the waterfalls are kind of in between the cut off there. But yeah, we're gonna head down this way. Yeah, once we get away from the crowds, this is not gonna be as crowded. Although the parking lot was packed, so I don't know where everybody. I mean, it was crowded Mount Tammany, but there were like groups of people, so I'm not sure where they are. Hopefully, far away from where I'm going. I'd forgotten how rocky this path is. It's very, very rocky. It's downhill, which is nice, but you can see how rocky this path is going down. Once you get on flat ground, I will give you a preview of what's to come, and then the reason why I need to do some hardcore training here to get in shape, hiking shape. So, but this is too rocky for me to talk about that. So once we get down to flat ground, I will tell my story here. All right, I'm not gonna lie, that descent was kind of steep and treacherous. I think I much prefer that going down in the snow with the right equipment, with a pair of micro spikes, some trekking poles, and cold weather gear. That's fun. That's not really fun going down with all those rocks and stuff. So I don't know. We're moving on. We still got some down here to go before we get to the Dunnfield Creek Trail. All right, so I think we're on somewhat even ground there, and I'm going tripping. So I'm out for a training hike, and I'm training to some 14ers in Colorado. If you don't know what a 14er is, they are peaks, mountain peaks, that are 14,000 feet tall. So my friend invited me out to do a Mount Albert. And if you've been watching this channel for any period of time, you know I have a hobby of doing high points. So Mount Albert is the highest point in Colorado, obviously the highest point of the Rocky Mountains. And it's only about 50 feet shorter than Mount Whitney. So it's the second highest peak in the lower 48. So we will be doing that in early June. This is new here. I don't remember this being here. This is a recent blowdown, probably from a recent storm we had. But luckily I can walk right underneath it. Alright, we reached the junction of the Dunnfield Creek Trail. We're going to check out the waterfalls and then we'll head out the other way. We have lunch down here at the waterfalls. You can hear them down here. Very pretty overlook. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me over the waterfalls. We are training for 14 this season, and so I need to get in shape for hiking. So I think I'm going to cut this one short because it is getting a little bit later in the day than I wanted to. I got a little later start than I had hoped for. But maybe I'll do a series of these videos training for 14 this season. I'll go out next week, and we'll do another one next week. And we'll just see how it goes. I don't know if these will be any good, but yeah. And then so we have coming up. We have a trip to going on a road trip to the Poconos. So I'll film some stuff up there. We're staying at a nice resort up there. I hope to film that, and then do some hikes in the area. And then over Mother's Day weekend, I'm taking my mom down to Assateague Island in Maryland, or Virginia, I think it is. And because she's a big fan of horses, we see the wild horses, so I'll film some stuff there. And then I'm gonna hang out to Colorado. We do a couple of 14ers, maybe there's other videos out there. And then the end of June, my friend who lives in Washington State, my friend Chris, he's coming to Pennsylvania for a library conference. So he's doing a tour of Western PA theme parks. So we're gonna meet him out near Kennywood and do the theme parks. And then he's coming to Philadelphia, and then we'll hit a Phillies game the end of June. So that's the immediate future. Other than past June, don't let everything's planned. We'll get into the reason why that is in a later video. But for now, I'll leave you with this side of these falls. Beautiful, beautiful falls. So thanks for coming along with me today here at Dunnfield Creek. And join me next week as we do another training hike, and we'll see new sites next week. So bye-bye. See you later.